with those sums? Easy. Over here. Anybody? 4 by 7 is 28. That's right. I think that was Timmy down the front. Thank you. 4 by 7 is 28. Very good. What about this side of the room? Somebody over the back. Vinny, 10 plus 10 is? 10 plus 10 is 30. Hang on. What do you mean 10 plus 10 is 30? Oh, I see. Well, you can leave that kind of humour till you're in high school. 10 boys meet 10 girls and have 10 babies. What's that, Timmy? You don't get the joke. Well, you can wait till next year too. They'll have those parent and father and son evenings. Highly useful, they are. Yeah, gee, I don't know. It's hard being a teacher sometimes. What's that, Timmy? Why did I become a teacher? Well, teach is a vocation. A vocation. No, that doesn't mean I'm on holidays, Vinnie Thompson. No, it's all about the innate passion that I have for teaching you bright young things so that you might bring about the world of tomorrow. And the missing little finger on Uncle Bert's right hand. You'd like to hear that story, would you? Okay. Now, it was just after the war. Bang! Bang! Yeah. Now, I'm about to go off on one of those P&O cruises. You see, I've been picked to be an on-board entertainer. Well, the morning the ship's about to go, Uncle Bert decides to fix the plumbing, doesn't he? Yes, it'll become clear. Now, Uncle Bert has trouble tightening the pipes on account of a missing little finger on his right hand. No, he didn't lose it in the war, Vinny. He lost it down the pub. But I'm going to tell you that story. Anyway, it's on the account of a missing little finger that Uncle Bert killed Mum's chooks. Yeah, well, it'll become clear. Now, the chooks live in a little coop, right? A little coop beside the front door. And the flood that results from Uncle Bert's failure to tighten the pipes properly sweeps the whole blooming lot out into the street. The taxi that's come to pick me up to take me to Port Melbourne swerves to avoid the chooks, misses the postman and crashes through Doris Ratcliffe's front fence. No, there wasn't another taxi. By the time I'd given him a statement, this is Melbourne 1946. By the time I'd given him a statement to the police and put Mum to bed with a hot water bottle and a couple of aspirators, the ship was gone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And that's how I became a teacher. Hello? What's this? I'll check it out later. We got work to do. Alright, now today, class, we're going to study history. No, it's not lists of effing kings and queens, Vinny. No, we're going to do it different. We're going to learn about the history of the future. we're going to learn about how the world of today will evolve during your lifetimes into the world of tomorrow. Now this year is 1967, right? And you're in year 6. That means you're about, what, 11, 12 years old. Now you just think in 60 years' time, let's just pick a year, let's say 2025, just to pick a year at random, you'll be 60 years old, 70 years old. I'll be long gone, but you won't. You'll be there to see the amazing progress of mankind over the next 60 years. Let's begin with today. Now, what are some amazing things that have happened this year? The year of 1967. Anybody? Harold Holt got eaten by a shark. Ooh. Well, no, we don't know that. Well, yes, he has been missing for a month. No, you can't hold your breath underwater that long. Chinese submarine? Oh, now that's what we call a conspiracy theory. And there'll be none of those in 2025. What's another one? Ronald Ryan got armed. Yes, no, the rope did not break, Vinny. Listen, we're going down a dark road here, a very dark road. Can't you kids think of anything nice? Hey? Black Tuesday bushfires. Vietnam War protests. They're flooding Lake Pedder. Look, enough. How about I make the suggestions, right? Now, let's see. Now I'll tell you something very, very wonderful that's happened this year. Nauru became independent. You may not know much about that little Pacific island up there, but I tell you what, there's a great future ahead for Nauru. I can see in 2025 people flocking to those sunny beaches. Oh, it'll be a paradise. I'll tell you another thing that's happened this year. Something for the indigenous people. What's that, Timmy? You've never met an Aborigine? No, well, they are rather scarce. But after the referendum, we'll be able to count them to see how few there are. It'll usher in a great future for the indigenous people. The gap between them and us will be totally closed, and by 2025, I'm sure they'll have a big voice in this country. But I tell you what, I'll tell you the thing that is closest to my heart. In 1967, Holden launches the Tirana. Oh, there's a brum brum, yes indeed, there's a big future ahead for Australian car manufacturing. Yeah, we'll be the powerhouse of Asia. We'll be exporting our Tiranas to those poor Chinese who are still riding around in bicycles. Yeah, poor underdeveloped people. No, we'll be churning them out and we'll be chuffing them off across the South China Sea, which we will totally control. What was that, Timmy? The Chinese, your dad says the Chinese are communists and you don't understand what that means. Okay, well let's have a little lesson in politics. Could I get 2 people up from the audience, please? Maybe 2 grown-ups? Now listen, if nobody stands up, a whole lot of you are in for detention. That's better, thank you. If you could stand in the middle there, please. And if you would like to come over here. Now, this person on your right, that's Mr. Mutton, the Deputy Principal. Something about that name, Mutton. Sort of reminds me of a ex-policeman or a ex-politician. Anyway, Mr. Mutton He's always going around the schoolyard like this, isn't he? Saying, hey, you boys, get out of there, that's out of bounds. Hey, you girls, what are you doing behind the shelter shed? He's always going around like that, isn't he? So I'd like you to point, all right, if you can just point like this. Now, Mr. Mutton, he likes pointing so much that sometimes he points with all his fingers, right? So if you do it like this, well, you don't want to do that. You don't want, no, listen, no, this is not a Roman salute. There's no bloody deranged billionaires in 2025. No, anyway, if you could do that, see, Mr. Mutton, he's definitely on the right. Okay, so keep pointing, go on, keep, go on, right. Now, in the middle here, we've got Principal Twaddle. Now, Principal Twaddle, he's like this, right? He's a bit of this, and he's a bit of that, he's not sure really, and well, you can't really blame him because it's hard sitting in the middle, especially because you're sitting on a fence. And that's hard, especially when it's barbed wire. What am I? Well, see, I'm over here, aren't I? Yeah, I'm over here, because I'm a lefty. So it means I go on strike a lot, and I smoke funny cigarettes. And I'll never be deputy principal. What happens after that? Well, you keep going this way. Oh, and then you sort of make your way around here, you see, and you end up next to this bloke. Yeah, come on, a bit more pointing, okay? All right, thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah. Now stay out of politics, Jimmy. I'll tell you what though, international politics, now that's interesting. That's a bit like a schoolyard, isn't it? You got a bloke on one side going, that's my country. On the other side, no, it's not my country. That is not, that's my country. It's my country and I'm going to take it anyway. Ooh, you take that country and I'll tell the UN on you. Yeah, do what you like. I got a veto. Yeah, and then it's fight. Oh, and in the end, up rises some big-eared dictator, you know? Someone walking around saying he's going to make everything great again. Yeah, no, you know that in 2025. Dearie me, now where were we? Now we've got to get back to this year. All right then, 1967. What about, I'll tell you what about sporting heroes of 1967? Now surely you know some of these. I'll tell you what, who's this? Driver. Oh, you don't know your heroes. All right, who's this one? Hey, who was that? John Newcomb. Oh, come on, everybody. Look, tell you what. Last one. Oh, sorry, shouldn't have done that. There's been no animals harmed in the production of this show. Anyway, who was that? Hey? Bart Cummins! Oh, dear, you don't need your heroes. What's that, Benny? Sadie the cleaning lady. Yes, well, that is a song, Benny. Well, no, Jennifer, I'm not saying that a cleaning lady can't be a hero. Oh, now there's a thing. In 2025, women will be entirely liberated. Eh? No, it doesn't mean you have to burn your bra. Or, you don't have to wear a bra. I mean, you can wear a bra if you want to wear a bra. So, moving on. I think it's time for a song. Hey? What is that, Timmy? No, I won't do my Jake. That's only for very special occasions, is my Jake. But I've got something you'll like just as much. My name is Bob the Swagman, before you all a stand. And I've had a lot of ups and downs while travelling through the land. I once was well-to-do, lads, but now I'm all stuck up. And I'm forced to go on rations in an old bark hut. In an old bark hut. Hey, come on, we sing this every week. You've forgotten the words. In the old bark hut. Come on. In the old bark hut. Oh. In the old bark hut. In the old bark hut. Ow. Jeez, these things hurt. Well, supposed to go on rations in an old bark hut. 10 pounds of flour, 10 pounds of beef, some sugar and some tea. That's all they give an hungry man until the 7th day. You gotta be mighty sparing or you'll go with a hungry glut. That's one of the great misfortunes of an old bark hut. In the old bark hut, in the old bark hut. Come on, fortunes of an old bark hut. What was this again? We'll look at it later. Now you might think that was just a song. No, that's Australian history. It's all about how the pioneers built up this country, living in their bark huts. What's that, Jennifer? Your great-grandmother lives in a big brick house. Well, I'm sure she does. Yes, well, I suppose that does mean that not all the pioneers lived in bark huts, but a lot of them did. How many? Well, I don't know. I mean, there was lots of them living in bark huts, and there was just a few living in brick houses. It's called class warfare. You'll learn all about that in high school. You're going to Melbourne Girls Grammar? Well, of course you are. What's that, Vinny? Class warfare? No, we'll be having none of that in class today, thank you very much. No. Now, you see, it's only recently that we've realised what a long history Australia has. It's a long history. It's nearly 200 years. Yeah. I'll tell you something else. The indigenous people lived in bark huts. Yeah. They didn't know much about windows and doors. And I'll tell you another thing. In the future, you'll all be living in bark huts. You will. Yeah. Now, do you really suppose that we can continue to build houses and houses and houses out of bricks? It's not sustainable. We'll run out of brick and steel and concrete and all those sort of things. No. So the clever blokes at the CSIRO, they'll figure out how to make new building materials out of things like bark. Yeah, bark floors, bark walls, bark panels, bark benches. Yes, Vinny, there'll be bark toilet seats, mark my words. Yeah, you see, that's how the world progresses. That's how things develop over time. And I think the best way I can show that to you is by getting 3 young people up on the stage. Oh my goodness, that's about 17 3 people. Yes, all right, up you come. Now I want you to go in a line. Now, one down here, you're the past, all right? And then in a line up here, and up at this end, this is the future. And you lot in the middle, I'm not quite sure what you are. Anyway, now let's suppose that this represents an idea, like, building bark huts, alright? Now, you take that idea and you pass that on to the next person, just on to the next person, right? And then we've got another idea, right? So you pass this one on, Okay, very good. Now, but of course it's not really that simple, is it? Because new ideas, keep coming along and old ideas keep developing. So if you start with an idea here, there'll be other ideas coming in up here, and more ideas are coming, and more ideas, and then by the time you get to this one, I think there'll be a bit of information overload around 2025. Could I get you kids to pick up those balls, please? That's what I like about school, the slave labour. Alright, well, put these balls up. Alright, we don't want any OH&S issues. So see, that's how it happens. That's how things develop. Now, take, for example, problems that we face today in 1967. One was pollution, right? Now, everybody in 1967 is very exercised about all of the gases, all of those gases going up into the atmosphere, right? Well, do you really think that in 2025 people will still be worried about gases going into the atmosphere? No, all the countries of the world will have got together and they will have sorted out that problem and they will have developed something like a giant vacuum cleaner, a giant hoover, that'll suck up all those gases. There'll be I think I've got some gases there. There'll be a big improvement in pollution. No, Jennifer, I don't mean more pollution. I mean it'll get better. Well, no, I don't mean more deadly. Moving on. Now, here's another one. This will interest you, Vinny. Bail laws. Now, you little ones don't know about that, but basically it means locking up little kids. Alright? Now, in 1967, the Victorian state government has announced tougher bail laws. Do you really think that in 2025 people will be arguing about having tougher bail laws? No! They will have worked out scientifically and rationally that crime is due to three factors. You're either broke, you're on drugs, or you're cuckoo. Sort out those problems, no more crime. Sorry, Vinny, you'll be out of a job. Now the future, that's what we've got to look. What does everybody here think the future will look like? Any ideas? Yeah? Flying cars? Oh, of course there will be. Yeah, robots? Oh, I'm sure, Timmy, yes. McDonald's? We've already got McDonald's, Vinny. Oh, in Tarnagalla. Well, maybe. Look, they're all good ideas, all very good ideas, but I'll tell you something even more important that's going to happen in the future. In the future, in 2025, everyone will be able to achieve their dreams. Yeah, everyone will be able to be whatever they want to be. What's that, Timmy? You want to be a girl. Well, of course you do. Now listen, here, Vinnie Thompson. I'll not have people disparaging other people's life choices in this class, and do remember that corporal punishment hasn't been banned yet. And as for you, Jennifer Brown, you're quite at liberty to be the trad wife of your dreams. I'm sure there'll be plenty of those around in 2025 as well. No, Timmy, you can make the choices you like. Just maybe hold off for a few decades. I think 2025 might be a bit too soon. Did I have dreams? Oh yes, well I had dreams. You see, after that cruise ship fiasco, all this, after that, I was walking around Melbourne wondering, what am I going to do? I saw some advertisements. They said they wanted teachers up the bush. So, here I am. Why am I deputy principal? Well, I wanted to be. I wanted to be. You see, I arrived at the school at the same time as Mutton and Twaddle. 3 blokes fresh from the big smoke. We all had our ideas. Mine was to make education fun. You see, it's not good enough to just stand up the front and spout off a lot of factuals and figuratives. Nah, you've got to make it entertaining. You see, I wasn't a very good student. Little secret, I used to play up a bit. And I thought, well, when I'm a teacher, my dream is to be able to get through to those kids who are a bit like me. Not looking at anybody. Yeah. Anyway, the principal back then was a fellow called Mr. Stone. Now he was a hard man. They said that if a cannibal caught him and put him in a pot, he'd throw in a rock, and when the rock went soft, they'd eat the rock. Hard man. Anyway, one day Principal Stone called the 3 of us into his office. Hello, boys. Our school's never had a deputy principal, but I've been told I've got to have one on account of the increasing enrolment. So I'm going to choose one of yous based on yous' ideas. You're going to tell me. Well, first up it was Twaddle. Oh, dear me, he said, oh, I really don't know. We can do this, we can do that. I'm sure you've got all the best ideas. Let's just say I'm a follower, not a leader. Said Stone. Let's let this intrusion go. Okay, next up it was Mutton. Well, as usual. Law and order's die, bitch, he said. They can behave, keep them in line, there's no room for malcontents. It'll be a happy ship as long as everyone does what they're told. Said Stone. Then it was my turn. I began. I am a reformer. Okay, it's Twaddle. The rest of you piss off back to your classrooms. Well, no, it wasn't fair. Mutton tried to protest, but the little man's got no ideas. Just how I like him, said Stone. So anyway, a few years later, Stone died, of course, and Twaddle became principal, and Mutton became deputy, and I was left with yard maintenance and the school fate. Fate. You do wonder sometimes if we've got control over our own destiny, or whether, it's just divine providence. What's that, Jennifer? Free will, yes, it's all a matter of free will. A free will, Vinny? No, you'll never get one of them, I'll allow. Anyway, look, I think we're going a bit off track. How about we have a class activity? We'll have a game of Simon Says. Everybody stand up, please. You know how it works, you know the rules, but a special twist this time. There will be a prize for the winner. Okay, let's start. Simon says, put your hands in the air. Clap your hands. Oh, I gotcha. Okay. Simon says, wiggle your bottoms. Simon says, stick your bottom out. Fast! Oh, geez, a bit smelly over this corner. Alright, next one. Simon says, stand on your left leg. Simon says, take your right hand and grab your left ear. Simon says, take your left hand and put it under your right knee and grab your left knee. Alright? Alright, you can relax now. Ah, you're all out! Yeah, it's alright. One more. Simon says, bend over. Simon says, pick up the chewing gum off the floor and put it in your mouth. Oh, don't! No, I've got very cheap insurance cover. Anybody who has, off to the hospital, please. Now, the rest of you, over here. Well, you snivelling worm. I saw your knees tremble. Oh, you were tempted, eh? You were tempted to go to disgusting lengths to degrade yourself just to follow orders. Oh no, don't give that to me, the Nuremberg defence. I was just following orders. Yeah, that's right. And as for the rest of you, don't be so smug, obeying all those ridiculous commands just so that you could win some petty prize. Well, I've got news for you. There is no prize. First lesson of life, it's not fair. Yes, Jennifer, I'm quite happy for you to contact your parents. I'm sure your father is a cancer. No. Free will. That's what it's about. That's what it's all about. Having the ambition, the drive to achieve your dreams. That's the sort of thing that heroes do, and we're back with heroes again. Tell you what, this time, who are your heroes? Hey, I told you some of mine. What's that? Never heard of it. What about you? Oh, a god. Oh, yes, my goodness. How are you? Oh, you set the bar pretty low, don't you? I tell you what, I've got a hero. I do. Now, he's a man who, in 1967, he's very well known, but I've got a feeling that in future years he'll be even more famous. I think there's a whole other side to this man that we've yet to see. Yes, Timmy, yes, it's time for some Rolf. Old Australian stockman was lying dying, and he propped himself on one elbow and he said to his mates, "Tiny kangaroo down, sport. Tiny kangaroo down. Tiny kangaroo down, sport. Tiny kangaroo down. All together now. Tiny kangaroo down, sport. Tiny kangaroo down, a tiny kangaroo down, sport, a tiny kangaroo down. Well, mind me platypus duck, Bill, mind me platypus duck, don't let him go running amok. Bill, mind me platypus duck, all together now, tiny kangaroo down, sport, a tiny kangaroo down, tiny kangaroo down, sport, a tiny kangaroo down. Well, cuddle my koala bear, Claire, cuddle my koala bear, 'cause I'll no longer be there, Claire, to cuddle my koala bear. All together now, tiny kangaroo down, tiny kangaroo down, tiny kangaroo down, sport, tiny kangaroo down. All together now, tiny kangaroo down, sport, tiny kangaroo down. Right to me vacuum cleaner. suppose I better have a look at this, haven't I? It's been sitting there all this time. There we go here. Dear Mr. Kerr, the Education Department is proud of its many highly qualified teachers. We noticed that you entered service in 1946 under the Emergency Rural Teaching Scheme on the condition that you would return to Melbourne within 5 years and complete your teacher training. As we have no record of this completion, could you please send us a copy of your diploma? We remind you it's an offence to teach in Victoria without the necessary qualifications. What does it mean, Benny? Well, it means the vacation's over. It means the past has caught up with me. You see, it's not always the present that moves on to the future. Sometimes the past comes up behind you and gives you a great big kick up the... Ooh, hey, how about we get a few death like flour? No, maybe not. Maybe not. I'll tell you what. How about spot a composition? No groans out of you, Betty. Yes. Now, 400 words on the topic the peers like you very much, Miss Graham.
How dare you?
Now they think you're a great big bully, don't we, everybody?
You insolent boy.
Yeah, come on, everybody say boo, Miss Graham. Boo, Miss Graham. Come on, boo, Miss Graham. Louder. Boo, Miss Graham.
You wicked boy.
Boo, Miss Graham. Boo, Miss Graham.
I'll get you, you disobedient wretch.
Well, I wouldn't do that if I were you, Miss Graham. I've got the feather duster.
Not the feather duster.
Yeah, the feather duster. and I'm going to use it to clean out all the cobwebs from your nasty, flea-infested little classroom. Oh, I think this witch is in the wrong show. How are you looking, crap? Yes, Timmy, yes, you can stop writing now. Jennifer, no, I do not require medical assistance. Yes, I'm sure that your mother is a brain surgeon. Was that Timmy Ravini? Nothing to say for once? Oh, you're enjoying the show, are you? Well, you should enjoy the show because it's all about the show, ladies and gentlemen. Life's all about the show, and the show is about the wonderful year of 2025. When no one will have to worry about a roof over their heads because the CSIRO will have perfected bark houses, and there'll be bark mansions, there'll be bark palaces, Jennifer. There'll be bark roads going up to bark housing estates, there'll be bark high-rises, except in Camberwell. It'll be wall-to-wall bark. Yeah, and that housing will be free. Yeah, we'll get it with our health insurance. That'll be free too. We'll probably come with a little green card, the sort of thing that politicians like to, flash around at election time. And on those dark streets there'll be no crime. Sorry, Vinny, don't worry. You'll have your free house, you'll have your health insurance, and you'll be down to jail weaving baskets and getting ready for a job that's perfectly suited for your personal attributes, whatever they may be. Only paradise for all. Well, Jennifer, your dad might have to pay a bit more in tax. Yeah, there'll be flying Tiranas, electric flying Tiranas to take us wherever we want to go, but built in that world's industrial powerhouse, Fisherman's Bend. And those cars will take your mum and dad to offices where there's no bosses. Yeah, and they can probably work at home in their pyjamas for 2 days a week if they want to. That'll be very 2025. Yeah, and there'll be a world government full of sort of ethical, honourable men and women, Jennifer. Yes, especially in the Liberal Party. Yeah, and that government will have sorted out the air pollution thing. We're sending up those giant hoovers while we luxuriate in our bark mansions. We luxuriate in our bark mansions and weave our baskets and catch up on the enlightened debates coming out of Parliament. Oh, the schools. You'll get into mum and dad's flying electric Tirana in the morning, you'll go down to a place that's what's more like a community centre than a school. There'll be a big sign saying vegetarians only. No mutton allowed. Ha, see what I did there? Yeah. And it'll be more like a park than a school, really. And the kids will be playing games to learn. There'll be games to learn history, games to learn maths. You'll learn your particle physics by playing hide and seek. Bing, I'm an electron. Bing, I'm a photon. Yeah, and your periodical table, whether you can learn that by going to hopscotch. Dear, I think it'll be worn out by the time you get to uranium. But don't worry, Jennifer, there will be a quiet room where you can complete your doctorate by year 8. Yeah. No. Yeah. Uranium. Well, bombs, there'll be no missiles pointing from Russia to America. No, the skies will just be free. And the satellites will circle peacefully to and fro, carrying our messages safe from prying eyes and government controls. Yeah, there'll be colour TV and there'll be news you can trust. I suppose Rupert Murdoch will still be around. But we'll be sitting at home watching community TV with the news read to us by people wearing beanies and scarves and telling us when the Hoover's coming overhead. Yeah. And overhead, that sky, that universe about which we will know so much more, and that knowledge impressing upon us the fragility and smallness of life. And that sky will be clean, that sky will be pure, and across that sky the world government will erect a giant screen as wide as the sky from horizon to horizon, and all the citizens of the earth will lie back in their back deck chairs on their back verandas and marvel at this communal display. And on that screen, ladies and gentlemen, on that screen there'll be Rolf, Tim, Jennifer, Vinny. It's time. The day that I was born, oh boy, my father nearly died. He couldn't get my nappies on no matter how he tried. 'Cause I was born with an extra leg. Since that day begun, I had to stand on my own 3 feet. Believe me, that's no fun. I'm J. Da. Diddle, 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 dum. Diddle, diddle, diddle. Wherever I go through rain and snow, the people always let me know I'm Jake the Peg, with me extra leg. Well, I had a dreadful childhood, really. I suppose I shouldn't moan. Whenever they had a 3-legged race, I won it on my own. And when it came time for it, I was very popular when time it came for cricket. They used to roll my trousers up and use me as the wicket. I'm Jake the Peg, diddle, 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 dum, with me extra leg, diddle, 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 dum. Wherever I go through rain and snow, the people always let me know I'm Jake the Peg, diddle, 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 dum, with me extra leg. Well, it was a dreadful scholar. I found all the lessons hard. The only thing I knew for sure was 3 feet make a yard. To count to 10, I'd use my fingers, and if I needed more, I'd take my shoes and socks off, and I could count to 24. I'm Jake the Peg. Oh, hold on. 1, 2, 3. Count to 25. I'm Jake the Peg. Diddle, 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 dum, with me extra leg. Diddle, 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 dum. Wherever I go through rain and snow, the people always let me know I'm Jake the Peg.